Hey everyone, this is James with D Heart Reptile Design, and this morning we have something pretty spectacular, awesome. I was telling my wife last night that I think Starlight Glimmer is getting real close. I saw her doing some funny things with her body, telling me that she was ready. She was twisting her body, she was laying half down, half up. Then she also bent herself in half. You know, ball pythons like to wrap in a circle, so she bent herself in half. I'm like, man, she's just not acting weird. Not acting normal. Hey, could you guys give me a minute? Anyway, so this is what happens when you have 4 kids and you're trying to do a YouTube channel. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually pull it out. My wife said that her spider senses were tingling this morning, so she never checks on the animals, and this morning she decided to check, and lo and behold, she noticed that she was laying. I'm pretty sure she's done. Haven't really gotten in there to take a look, so you guys are experiencing this the first time with me, so let's enjoy this journey together. Let's see. She bites me. Just understand, she's just trying to protect her baby. She's being defensive, but this is all part of it. So let's take a look at this. I'm kind of nervous. I'm sure you are too. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we had one burst. We have a few bad eggs, and I think she's completely done now. Okay, so she's gonna be kind of defensive. As you can see, she's like, get the heck away from me, don't touch me. I'm gonna bring her tub all the way up onto the table here so that we can see. Take a look at her. You can see that she actually had a burst egg come out. So there's quite a bit of yolk. I see a boob egg that looks okay. I don't know, this might be a mixed bag. She's really gonna try to get me, but she looks good. She looks empty. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to take her off. I always try to suggest using a paper towel whenever, especially because she's a little bit more anxious than Applejack was. This is just basically if she does hit something. I don't want her to hit me. I don't want her to break a tooth off. If she hits a paper towel, it's way less likely she'll hurt herself. So basically what I'm going to try to do, she's really active. I want to just try to basically get her off these eggs without messing up any eggs. She's beautiful. Just understand, these, baby girl, can you please be nice? Please be nice, baby. She's being a mommy right now, guys. She's being a good mommy. And whenever these girls come off their eggs, they look terrible. You know, she's changed her. Oh, she doesn't look completely empty. It looks like she's got 2 more in there. I wouldn't say that she's completely empty. Usually what you'll see is this really big concave area. I don't know. She might be done. Anyway, I'll put her in here. Basically, taking her off. I've checked her out. She doesn't have any more eggs in her. What we've noticed is that the one egg that wasn't good, she actually popped on the way coming out. But we do have a boob egg. Those just happen, especially since she's a first-time mommy. You can actually see the veins through right there. I've candled all of them. They all have great veins. You could actually take a look a little closely. Whenever you put that flashlight on it, you see those veins. See those veins in there? That's a good egg. That's a good egg. That's a great egg. That's a great egg. The boob egg even looks the best. And of course, this one down here, this has got great veins, great veins. So what we're noticing is that they're speckled. Okay, so from the last clutch of Applejack, she was, I believe, 4 years, actually 5, going on her 5th year when she laid. She was in impeccable condition. 2,000 grams whenever she was, before she was paired, and she produced some great eggs. These are actually more like what you're gonna find. You're gonna find speckling on your eggs. You're gonna find boob eggs. These eggs aren't as big as Apple Jacks, but they are a good size. These are normal eggs, especially out of a first-time mom. She did great. She actually laid 6 good eggs. She laid 7, but she had 6 good eggs. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put them in the boxes. We're gonna probably put 3 to a crate. And what I typically do is before I move them, I'll mark the tops of them. However they lay is how I put them back in here. I really don't, a lot of people will turn them and make sure that they can find the little spot on them and then make sure that goes on the top. I really don't do any of that. I figure in the wild, how they would be laid is how they would be laid, and then they would hatch. So I really don't do too much with that. So my beautiful assistant will give me a pen. Oh wait, I found one. I got one, babe. I got one here. So basically I'll just mark it. This is as simple as it gets, folks. You don't really have to complicate too much. It worked last time. We had 10 eggs, all 10 of them hatched. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And so I'm just gonna start putting them in here. They are going to be kind of stuck together and stuck to the paper towel. Trick is just to be gentle. Take your time. Don't mess around too much. You want the eggs to sit in there, and what I'll do is also get some of these little beauties, and I'll actually pin the eggs down, make sure that they don't move as I'm doing this. All right, pin this. It really you don't have to like be too drastic. Just try to find a good spot to pin it. You just don't want it to move around too much when you're opening and closing the crate. I'll do the boob egg next. Now these eggs are going to be kind of stuck together, so you really got to be careful. They are very, very delicate. They're a little bit of a leather. These eggs are actually much different than a chicken egg. They are actually absorbing moisture. They're absorbing oxygen, all while they're incubating. This is another reason why it's important for you to have good airflow in your incubator. Have a good fan in there, because I have a small hole drilled into both 2 sides of the box, just to make sure that they get fresh oxygen while they're incubating. And also you can see the moisture. They're held off the moisture, but also in the incubator itself, it's constantly being, I have a little bowl of water in the bottom, so it's feeding the egg box full of fresh moisture. What you're gonna notice whenever you're putting your eggs in there is you don't want to have the eggs touching the sides or the top, because then you'll kind of get a little bit of too much moisture in one spot of the egg. You'll get molding, you'll get, and then that can kind of come in on your baby. You don't want that to happen. So we've got 3 down, 3 to go. And now these are really, really stuck together. So basically, I say basically too much. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna gently pull. Do you see any signs of tearing, or that maybe the egg is being compromised? Just stop and try to put it in like that. What I like to do is have the egg completely suspended from its siblings, because you don't want that sibling trying to come out of its egg and then trying to break into another egg, and it can't get out. It can't get any oxygen, and when it's pipping, you'll actually suffocate your animal while they're trying to pip. So you just, this isn't the wild. In the wild, there's a high rate of these animals dying. So, while we have them here, not the wild, we do everything we possibly can to make sure we control every variable and making sure that these little guys are gonna hatch out correctly. This is probably like watching paint dry, but I appreciate you guys hanging in there with me. I'm almost done. You see that unfertilized egg. This girl was paired earlier in the season to a GHI Mojave. She started to build. She went off of food, and then all of a sudden she never hit her glow. And I was like, well, what the heck's going on? And then she started eating again. Now, of course, this is just a theory. I don't have a sonogram machine. I believe that she was building, she was producing follicles. She just decided that the time was not right for her to have these babies yet. Something was going on. She didn't like it. And she decided not to produce that bunch. So I waited a little while longer, got her back on food. I'm like, well, you know, if she goes, she goes. If she doesn't, it's okay. So then I paired her to a Super Mojave, my Mr. Coconut von Darkside. No, Coconut von White Walker. He's the snake that we usually always watch Game of Thrones with, and he locked up with her so hard he had her tail in the air. It was pretty crazy. So he definitely kind of manhandled that one. So now, then we're gonna put this in the incubator. Voila. It's not exactly, you know, BHB over here, but we do our best. The eggs are not touching the top. And whenever these suckers go in, after that, I really try not to mess with them too much. I don't want these eggs rolling around. I don't want them wrapping themselves around their umbilical cord. So now we'll start putting these suckers. Then of course I'll clean the tub thoroughly to make sure she can't smell her babies and get her back onto food. Next feed day is Wednesday. So I will wait until Wednesday, try to give her a nice juicy rat on Wednesday, and see if she takes it. If she takes it, great. If she doesn't, I'll wait a week. Try to give her a nice juicy rat, something smaller maybe. Maybe she might not be so intimidated, and try it again. If she takes it, she takes it. If she doesn't, then I start freaking out and start thinking about, well, maybe we go to live African soft first, but I don't typically jump to that conclusion until much, much later. And there they are. They're in there. Bada bing, bada boom. Temperatures just dropped. Humidity just dropped because I opened the door. I do need to be putting some more bottles of water in here just to maintain the temperature after I open and shut. Humidity will pick back up in the 90s and hundreds, and 90 degree to 89 degrees what I incubate at. Just go back over here, clean up, and thank you for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, comment. Probably commenting on how many times I say you know, there's a tally right now. Usually I say it every 10 seconds. I'm trying to go a little bit longer than that, but if I did something right, if I did something wrong, please comment. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and see you next week.